All right, welcome to part two of the Moonraker build. As I mentioned, I wasn't going to really do a work in progress video for the shuttle itself because this is just the standard Revell 144 scale shuttle kit. Um, but here's the state before decals begin. Sorry, there was a little bit of a glare there, and I'm not really sure why. The bottom I've kind of dirtied up a little bit and done some different tones on. I'm just going to be curious. I don't think anything's going to show through, um, but I'm curious. We'll see if something does. And then the top, basically everything here is all white. Painted the back of the boat tail in black. I've painted the nose reinforced carbon in a dark gray, and then the windows in silver. So this has all been shot with a coat of clear future for decals. So that's what we're going to do next. All right, so here is the Moonraker in basically most of the decals that come with the kit. There are a few I have left off. I'll explain why in a few moments. But we can take a look here, and you'll notice I've started to do some preliminary weathering. So here's the front end. We'll start here. And this has not been glossed or matted because I'm going to do more work. And I'll explain that here in a few moments. If you notice there on the Star Tracker ports, that gap in the paint, or sorry, in the black outline was there on the decal sheet. You'll notice here, that's a little boo-boo I made. I used a lot of Solvaset on this model to get the decals to conform. And I did not let it dry completely, and I touched it there, and you'll see that repeated on the other side. So I'm going to blend that out to make some weathering with it. As you can see, I made this Moonraker 9. We'll pivot to the other side. You can see a little more of the damage that I did to it. You'll also notice in this shot there are some cracks in the decal, and those formed overnight after I had put Solvaset on them. So again, I'm going to work those a little bit. You'll notice on this side, I didn't exactly get everything lined up perfectly, and I didn't notice it until it had already set up. Whereas on this side, well, everything seems to be okay. There is the odd situation down here where the two logos meet, and it seems to be lined up correctly. But anyway, I'll show the other side here. And then we'll pick it up and you'll get to see the bottom. You'll notice I built this particular model in a landing configuration. I didn't quite line up perfectly there. Did a better job on that side. All right, so that's the kit decals. So a couple things I'll note about the kit decals. The Elevon hinge covers and the Elevons, these don't seem right. They just feel a little off. Now, they're definitely off to the studio model. I want to be very clear about that. But they also just feel a little bit off. They feel a little undersized here. And I'm going to have to compare that to my other space shuttle that I've done with this kit with similar decals. Again, you'll notice some imperfections in the decal work. I'm going to do some weathering to incorporate those. On the nose here, I could not quite get those decals to match up that connect in here at the thruster port. So you'll notice a gap, a smaller gap, and my plan is to, I'm going to use a micron pin and try to fix that. Some odd choices. This nose cap here, sorry, not the painted part, but the black band. I don't understand why Revell did not put tile detail on that. There should be some tile detail there. It just makes it look odd. I don't have a way to replicate tile detail on that. I just don't have that. I don't have anything that fine, and I don't have that skill. I don't really care for this either. You've got tile detail down here underneath the window, but then the black around the window, or the black, I should say, between the two main windows, there's no tile detail. And that just looks weird. And as I'm remembering Moonraker, I feel like maybe there is supposed to be more detail up here. I'm going to have to go downstairs and look at one of my other Moonraker kits and check and see. There are some areas I'm going to have to come back and paint because the decal didn't quite cover it. The leading edge of the wing is going to have, or of the vertical stabilizer is going to have to be done. And then I'm going to have to figure out a way to finish the black down here. The tail here is totally inaccurate to the studio model. I am just going to pretend that Moonraker 9 had some advancements since we never saw it in the film. And I think I'm going to come back in here with a strip of black decaling. Or I may try to get in there with a paint pen or something like that. I'm just not 100% sure. All right, so I'm going to go do some more work on this, but this is the Moonraker as it stands now. By the time we come back, I'm going to be adding some additional decals that do not come with the kit, although I will finish the kit decals. Like, for example, I just realized after I started filming, I don't have the RCS thrusters and stuff like that. I'll do some more weathering. And when we come back, I'll talk a little bit about my the diorama I'm planning.